Hello, welcome, Cabbage here. So I beat Bloodborne the other day, and there was a big hole in me. I was thinking I could fill it with Elden Ring, which I have never played before. But then I remembered with Dark Souls Remastered, there were a couple bosses that I had not attempted yet. They're from the DLC, Manus and Kalameet. Sadly, I did not record my clear of Manus because I cleared him much more quickly than I was anticipating. I thought I'd give it like, 3-4 tries just to kind of learn his moveset, get used to him, and then start recording, but I beat him within that time. But I beat him with the same build that I'm using here, and I'll show that at the end of the clear here. But in that battle, I didn't even worry about the magic. There's that pendant that you can use to block his magic. I didn't even worry about that. I spent most of my time very close to him, and so, like, his big beam magic wouldn't hit me, and then, like, the big spread magic, only a few hits of that would hit me, so it wasn't a big deal. And then my technique is kind of similar for these two bosses, but that's to get close, keep my shield up. And then if I see an opening and if I have stamina, then I'll attack once or twice. If I don't have the stamina, then I will not attack, because unlike Bloodborne, keeping the shield up is very important, or it can be very important in this game. That was maybe the biggest adjustment that I had to make, going from Bloodborne back to this. But yeah, Manus and then Kalameet maybe took 3 to 6 tries each. I knew them from their reputation that they're very difficult bosses, but I don't know. Maybe something clicked as I was playing Bloodborne. I was already familiar with the formula, but maybe now I am even better at it. And I would like to go back and revisit Dark Souls 3, which was my first FromSoft game, to see if, like, what I've learned the last year or so playing these other two games would affect my play of that game. I saw a video the other day talking about the kind of the hidden difficulty levels, difficulty selectors in Dark Souls type games. And I was like, oh, this might be interesting. Maybe it would be like a list of like challenge runs or something. The first way to make the game more difficult for you, that it said, was to not use a shield, and I agree with that. And then from there, it immediately jumped to using a level 1 character, essentially. And I'm like, whoa! There's gotta be some leeway in between those two steps. But I'm thinking, like, maybe don't level HP and stamina. Just put it all in everything else, like strength or dexterity or whatever. That would be an interesting run. Because with less HP, you can't get hit as much. With stamina, you need to be more careful about what actions you take. But yeah, I will probably never attempt a level 1 run, or a deathless run, or whatever. Alright, but here we are against Kalameet. And then, yeah, maybe 4 or 5 times watching, looking at the moveset. And then this was the run I was able to put together. Maybe the most dangerous, because I'm so close, is these kind of like stomping attacks. If I can kind of keep like medium distance, then that'll work. He has a charge attack too, which if my shield is not up, I think he can one-punch me. And then he's got that big sort of biting attack, which is not that difficult to dodge. And then he'll use a lot of fire attacks. If it's going up in the air, I can just kind of run away and then keep my shield up. Sometimes I can outrun it, sometimes it's just a little block for a little bit of damage. If it's a sit-up and do the breath, I can kind of go to the side and kind of avoid it. And then there's a sweeping breath there, I can just block that once. And then if it's a straight ahead breath, I can roll out of the way, or I can block it once. So yeah, lots of blocking. And then in order to get ready for this boss and Manus, I leveled up this shield to 14. It has a very nice block, or what do you call it? Sturdiness? I forget what you call it, but yeah. I can block without getting knocked over and not taking too much damage. Even against magic attacks. Alright, there he goes. For me, maybe the sweet spot for bosses is like half a dozen to a dozen. That way I get enough looks at the boss to really get a sense of like what it's about. But I don't take too many tries, it starts to get frustrating. And then if I beat it within like, you know, 3 times, then I'm relieved, you know, that I don't have to play them anymore, but also I don't get as good a sense of what they are about. Okay, so here's my guy, soul level 103, mostly in dexterity, and then, oh yeah, this is my pyromancer build, but I didn't actually use any spells against these 2 bosses, and then some kind of magic resistance armor there. Okay, that'll do it for Dark Souls Remastered. I picked this up to sort of fill the void that Bloodborne left behind, but that didn't last very long. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you again. Take care.